So I just did something so cool. I just recorded myself talking for 29 minutes and 45 seconds, so under 30 minutes for a 5-minute video. So clearly, obviously, always I've got a lot to say, but I really just took my time to share, and maybe I'll upload it, maybe I won't, but I just decided to do that, and I just watched it back, and it was really beautiful. It was really nice to sit there and listen to myself talk. Not like that, not like a lover. To see how far I've come, to see how far I've got to go. And the reason why I did it, but I don't know, maybe you'll find it boring for 30 minutes, so I'll sort of do a quick version, is because today, which is the 10th of September 2020, is Are You OK Day. And I'll share the base message of what I was sharing in my 30-minute video, was that a lot of the time, yes, it is really important, especially in 2020, to connect with people. I'm in the business of socializing, and I have been for 15 years. And even before that, I was just natural at it. And I sit back and I watch people, and I'm always finding the person in the corner who's not talking to anyone, and I'll go talk to them. And I have done, even in my business, that was our team thing. Like, guys, we're going to a conference. If you see someone standing by themselves, it's really important. It's an inclusive place. Go talk to them. They might not know anyone, because I remember my first conference and I didn't know anyone, and here I am now with 1,000 in our team and 100 of you. It was really, really important. Anyway, round around circles. I just, Are You OK Day, being a time where being social and being connected is really, really hard. This is a big one. This is a big one for a lot of people. But what I wanted to share with you, if I keep looking around, it's because I can't find where the button is, where I can actually, there it is, there's it. So what I wanted to share with you all is that while you're asking everybody else if they're okay, are you neglecting the fact if you're okay? And I've neglected the fact that I've not been okay, or I've smoothed it over, or I have, in some sense, it's not a lie, I've just convinced myself for way too long that I was okay, and I've convinced myself and other people for way too long that I was okay. And I did that by asking everybody else if they were okay. I did that by being the life of the party. I did that by, wearing sparkly clothes, or being a standout, or, talking about, I guess, sharing my feelings, but probably the first 2 layers, not the 10th and 11th layer, just light-hearted feelings. So the combination of all that has, I guess, in this year, has meant that I've had a chance to, and been blessed with, a gap year to find out if I'm okay for myself, to not have any responsibility. Gosh. And the only reason why I've been able to do that is because I've got a lot of people who genuinely care and love me. I'm very thankful, because there's a lot of times I haven't loved myself. And while other people have, or other people have believed in me when I didn't, they're just letting me discover myself in my own time. So my gap year started March the 6th, and my business partner and I spoke about, we own a franchise together, and the last few years I may have popped a poster social media wise, or been there in some sense, but I wasn't there. So much has happened in my life the last couple of years that I'd lost myself and I wasn't being authentic to myself, which meant I wasn't being authentic to the people. And that's completely against everything and who I am. So I'm very grateful, my business partner this year, 2020 has been a hard year. 1 minute we're allowed to go into people's homes in the direct sales industry, and the next year we have to do everything online. Bless her dad and her youngest brother passed away in the UK, which she couldn't even go. And she still said, it's okay, Laurie, go do what you have to do. Go, I've got this. Incredible woman. Idolize her. Anyway, so in one way, like, I slipped under the radar because I didn't want to make a big deal of it, because it's not a reflection on our business together or the industry. It was a reflection on who I was as a person, who I am, and what I needed to do for myself. So, I didn't want anyone to question, what was going on as their own business and confidence in their own business. It was more so how I felt, and not everybody knows my story or what's happened. So I never wanted them to feel worried about their business, because we have an incredible business, amazing women, and the face of our business are our people, and the drive in our business is my business partner. Not using names today like it's a secret. Anyway, so for 12 months, this was my plan. I wanted a certificate. I have some learning differences. I've got ADHD, dyslexia, dyspraxia. I've also got executive functioning. And if you look up any of those, combine them. I'm a mixed bag of goods. Watch the movie Night School, and Kevin Hart has his perfect scene, which is so me. But I guess when you've been the boss and of your own business, and you've been training other people for 16 years, since I was 22, I've made my own rules, and I've been able to get away with things, and I haven't had to learn how other people learn. And what I wanted to do was force myself. I wanted a certificate. I wanted a piece of paper to say something, and I want to force myself to do things other people's way. Now, it's been challenging. Lots of stuff's happened. I've got 2 weeks to go. Everyone else finished last week. So it's a training and assessment course. So I've been training for 16 years. I walked in thinking I was going to nail this, and I've had to get a 2-week extension because I'm a perfectionist, and I don't just like writing answers down. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. And so I want to make sure that I do, and I have to comprehend it. And, I need this extra time. And, there's some, I'm at my grandparents at the moment, helping look after my grandfather. So there's lots of things going on, but I wasn't embarrassed to ask for an extension, which usually I would have to make. I'd feel like it was my fault. It's my fault. I'm so stupid. It's my fault. I'm so dumb. How come I don't get this? Why am I not focused? Whereas I've learned more about myself to understand what I'm good at and what I need. And I wasn't embarrassed. And that was probably a really big deal. But I will get my certificate. I've got a week to finish off these assessments. And instead, I'm doing a video. So I will finish that. I'll get a certificate. It'll say I'm a trainer and assessor. And I already know how to train, which is fine. But I've learned a lot about training. I learned a lot about the paperwork. Boring. But I've also, about assessment. When you assess someone, it's like having a checklist and being an ass. It's like, oh. Anyway, so I've learned more about paperwork. So many files red tape. So being in the real world, I don't know. I think being a business owner is so me. I get to be creative and I get to do what I want. So that's what was one of my biggest challenges, is to get a certificate with the learning difficulties, discover more about them, and also, I guess, not be the boss. That was a big thing. So the other thing was, and I started this journey early on this year, was I wanted to go into therapy. I'm an impatient person, and once a fortnight or once a week or once a month, counseling or therapy as such. And I've gone to Al-Anon as well. Like, it's not enough. Like, hurry up. I'm 38 and I need to know more. Like, I'm someone who likes to, if I get a diagnosis of something like ADHD or dyslexia, it's not because I like the diagnosis, like poor me. It's like I want to learn more about it. And there's a certain point now where I am 38. There are many things that I've done in my life, many things that I am, but there are also many things that I don't understand. And I think by spending 3 weeks where I'm not asking everybody else if they're okay, where I'm sitting down and checking in on myself and understanding myself and understanding how I got to this very day is really important. So, there's a certain, I've always, like, good or bad comments, I've always just taken them on like badges. You're lazy, you're a punish, you're strong, you're brave, you're beautiful, you're fat, you're dumb, you're lazy, you're gullible, you're impatient, you're, passionate, like whatever it was, I've just taken them on, and like I haven't even sat down and thought, well, actually, who am I? Like, who is Laura Zammit? I also have had many things happen, especially the last few years, where, I end up with a melanoma on my nose. So I've had cancer, and I was saying, like, I've got cancer, I've got blood clots, my husband left, my grandmother passed away. What else? I was scammed. I was actually scammed thousands of dollars worth of money. It's a story for another day. But I took them on as who I was, as opposed to things that have happened. And because of that, it just put me in like the biggest of holes where I felt like I wasn't, I guess I lost my value, and I lost my, I stopped being authentic because I was too busy trying to put on a facade to make sure that no one felt like I felt, or I didn't wreck anybody else's day by my problems. And I think that's, I guess, it's important to share stories. And in our industry, my industry of direct sales, we're storytellers, but there's a certain point where they're stories and they're chapters and they're pages in your life, but they're not who you are. They're things that have happened. And while I get a chance to understand them, and I'm grateful for 2020, as horrible as pandemically it's been, this is a year that everybody's had a chance to stop. We're so disconnected from everybody. My outlets are to dance, are to get so bloody drunk with my girlfriends or by myself. It's not even funny to not think. It's, like, do crazy things, or, leave an impression on someone, or I don't know, like social media. Gosh, I've even got limits on my phone now. Like, I've got an hour each for Facebook, TikTok, the whole, like, Instagram, because it's just an outlet and an escape. So going into a hospital where there's no TV, no phone, like no visitors, no phone calls, like no one can call me and I can't call out. It almost sounds like torture, but it's exactly where I need to be and what I need to do so I can get back to being authentic. I can get back to who I am. I'm doing it for my 38th birthday. Like, I go in the day before, and and my usual self would put on the sparkliest outfit and be like, ta-da, here I am. This is my story. This is who I am, da-da-da. Because behind that story, there's so many more layers that I don't even want you to ask about. So if I tell you what I want you to know, then you generally don't ask, and you think I've just blurted out my life. I haven't. I've blurted out 10%, and then you don't have to ask about the other 90%. Well, I guess I get to pick and choose. And this, I think I'm just going to, walk in and just answer questions and do more listening and sitting and thinking, as opposed to putting on that persona that is, I guess, not expected of me, but I've expected of myself over time, because it's easier. It's easier to be fake happy. I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to do myself proud. I've had a good upbringing. I've got so many people that support and love me. So many amazing things have happened in my life, and this might come as a shock to you, but but in one sense, I'm the most positive person you've ever met for you. But for myself, I guess I've never really had that deep belief or deep understanding of who I am and how I got here. So I'm looking forward to detaching the I am statements to I feel or I've experienced. My head and my heart aren't connected at the moment, so I'm looking forward to connecting my head and my heart. I'm looking forward to finding out what I want, and I'm looking forward to starting sentences with thank you so much as opposed to I'm really sorry. Do that a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I've got so much more to say. But at least I've halved the video. We're down to 16 minutes. Still trying to get to 5. But, as much as you ask someone else, are you okay? Are you asking them if they're okay because, it means that you don't have to look at yourself. That's where I'm going with this. If you're going to ask someone else if they're okay, you need to ask yourself if you're okay. If you're more than happy to fix someone else's problems or point fingers or give advice, it's just as important to give yourself advice and to look yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Smash the mirror, put it back together. It's different, but still a mirror. Yeah. So 20th September, I'm off. 3-week holiday. Meditation, yoga, walks on the beach, talking about myself. I'm pretty sure this is a holiday. A lockdown holiday. Lockdown in lockdown. 2020. It's been an ass. But really, I've got to be thankful. It's completely realigned everyone. And I'm very thankful for my friends and my family and my business and the people in my life, my customers, who just get me more than myself. And they've given me the space so that I can be the best me. Can't wait. I wonder if I'll be skinny.